Hey guys, here's an update on the kitchen counters. You guys can see I use my counters quite heavily. And I'm going to clean them up right now, straighten everything up, and I'll show you how good the epoxy's been holding up and how shiny it still can be. Okay guys, I cleaned them up. All I did was wipe them down with a wet sponge. One of those greasy, dirty kinds. And went over it with a dry towel. And you can see some of the marks and whatnot from using the counter every day. But it is still shiny and smooth. It hasn't peeled or chipped or flaked anywhere. I'm happy with it. Shit works pretty good. I don't know how long it's been. I forget. Wasn't that long. A few months though. And it's holding up really well. I mean, I use the shit out of these counters, so some tough stuff. Hey guys, milric 77 here. I'm out in the garage again. Got this pig still in here. I'm gonna be board sanding, inline sanding. Right there's the sander. The side of this bed, wherever it's flat, like I'm going to be replacing this panel, so I'm just going to board sand all of this and see what I got as far as high and lows go. I mean, there's a dent and whatnot. I don't know how picky we're getting. I'll probably do something with that. While I have this panel off, I'll be able to get up in there and whatnot. But like all this shit, I don't even know what the fuck. I'm just gonna fucking board sand all that and see where the highs and lows are, try to get it all flat, as well as taking this black shit the fuck off of here. I'm also gonna dig in there and see what that is, because I don't know if it's a hole. If not, it's going to be shortly. I don't fucking know. But I was going to use my bigger inline sander here, air file, but it really needs to get taken apart and gone over. It's a Craftsman, Sears Craftsman. It's been used and abused for years and years and years and years and years, and when I got it, it was barely working, and it just doesn't like to work now. But this Craftsman here, I think I've talked about it before, it's a mini, but it's not real mini. I don't know how many inch that is, but yeah, it's a few inches shorter, a couple 2-3, but it don't matter. It's better than hand blocking this bitch, and even if I was to hand block it, my files or my board's only that big. But anyway, I'm done talking. I'm gonna get some fucking filing going. Okay guys, I went down this with my inline. Not horrible, I guess, but there was a lot of material on this fucking bed, so a lot of my high spots just got blocked out, amazingly. Because there's like 100 coats of paint. The whole bottom was orange at one time. There's chip guard on there, and there's a bunch of Bondo here. And there's a homemade patch in here buried, but it's pretty decent. So that's just gonna get some Duraglass and Bondo. Same thing on this side. There's some type of a little homemade repair going on there, a little bit of Duraglass. It's pretty solid yet, nothing like down in there, that's for sure. But I got this side all sanded out as well. This is all 80 grit. I'm going to be replacing this wheel arch, so I didn't sand too far into that because the wheel arch comes way out here. And I'm just sanding. But right now I'm going to put some Bondo in some of the low spots and get that going. I might hand block some of the Bondo and get it pretty straight. I'm still waiting for these two lower panels on each side to come in the mail, and I don't really want to do any cutting and splicing until I get those bottom panels. So I'm just going to do what I can for right now, slap some Bondo on, get it sanded smooth, and then when I'm getting to replacing the panels, I'll replace the panels and we'll go from there. But right now it's an 80 grit, and I gotta hit it with my DA in a few spots. Then I gotta hit this with my DA back here. This is all in real good shape. This just needs scuffed and done. Yeah, back of the box or front of the box is in good shape. So, hell yeah. Okay guys, milric 77 here. Just got done taking off all my safety gear. I cut the lower bed panel out. Surprise, surprise. Nothing to weld to. Nothing to weld to, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing to weld to. Anyway, here's the goddamn panel. Oh. And one hand motherfucking jack off, man. You guys can take my word for it, she fits. As far as this goes, we're not going for 100% restoration on this thing. We're going for 100% fucking solid. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here. And I'm going to grab me a spot where the metal's pretty solid. And I'm going to just take me a piece of scrap sheet metal that I have sitting over there in the corner. I'm going to cut me a piece for this. And I'm going to weld her down here. Just fucking wrap it. Stick it here. Weld it. I'm going to bend it around. Fucking hammer and dolly a 90 on it, and I'm gonna fucking weld it wherever it stops up here, like that. Weld it here and here, solid. I might drill a couple holes and put a plug welder too from the back side, and then I'll have a ledge here, a lip to weld my fucking bed panel to, right here. I'll cut out this rust and I'll just overlap it, you know what I mean? So I might weld it solid here and then weld like a spot here on the inside. I don't know yet. But anyway, I'm just gonna weld it to something solid, cut out the fucking rust holes so they're non-existent anymore. That way this fucking panel is solid. And there won't be no fucking holes in here and shit. So you guys can call me a hack, whatever you want, but I'm gonna call it Milricker said go fuck yourself. But anyway, that's what I'm gonna do there. And once I get this panel in, I'm not going to totally solid weld it in, but I'm going to put some spots up there, get this welded in, do something here, because this is missing some metal too. As you guys can see, it's missing some metal. Right here was a hole, I think that's factory, but right here it's missing some metal. I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot to it, because there's a lot to weld to up and through here, and I can weld to it here as well. So this little fucking bit ain't gonna hurt nothing. I'll probably throw some Duraglass in there or something, that way it gives it something more solid, because it's getting close to the edge here. So I'll probably get her all welded up, and then while the panel's in here, I'll smash some Duraglass in there, and I'll smash some Duraglass in this seam, because I gotta fuck with this seam anyway. I ground it pretty flat and rounded so the panels will look good when they go together, but I'm still gonna need some mud work in there. So a little bit of Duraglass on that little edge will make it last a little longer. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And every time I turn the fucking heater off, it drops down fucking 10 degrees in here. So you might just have to deal with listening to the heater. But let me get cutting, welding shit. Okay guys, so if you were wondering how you Milric said go fuck yourself, all you do is get yourself a piece of sheet metal close to the size you think you're gonna need, more than enough actually, and you grind yourself a line and you just start welding, and you get a welder, a piece of metal, and a body hammer. Whoops. And all you do is keep bending the metal spot, bend the metal spot, bend the metal spot all the way down until you get it nice and fucking welded. And then you just keep hammering it until it forms the shape of the piece that's already there. And you keep welding it as you get across and hammering it. And then you hammer around your 90. And you weld the top. And then you cut out all this shit from the fucking backside. All the shit that you want to cut out. And then you fucking hammer in the old metal to your new metal. And you fucking weld it from the inside too. You don't have to worry about making your panel outside. You're making it as you fucking go, and it is going to be strong, and it is going to be the shape that you need it to be. It might not be pretty, but it don't fucking matter. It's better than hacking and packing that shit with some Duraglass. Okay guys, so here's the milric 77, said go fuck yourself. That's how you do her. You cut your relief cut and you fold her over and you weld her together. Focus. Focus. I don't know, welds came out pretty decent on this. Not too bad for welding to 30 some odd year old fucking scaly metal. But you just wrap her around. See, I said I'd cut way much more than I needed here. But what's going to happen is I'm going to take my panel, and when my panel comes up in here, let's see, I don't know what you guys are looking at. When my panel comes up in here, so to say, we'll try to do it this way. When it comes up in here, yeah, come on man. When it comes up in here like this, I'm going to bend this edge out that I created, this biggin, that one, you know what I mean, that one. I'm going to bend it out and do my spot welds up here and clamp her together. And then after this is all said and done and welded on, and it's up here, solid, I'll just take my fucking cutoff wheel and I'll cut right up that edge and make it flush with the fucking panel. You know what I mean? I'll just cut the scrap right the fuck off of it. And then I'll have this nice solid structure to fucking weld my new panel to. And it's not OEM, but it's fucking strong. And that's all that fucking goddamn matters, you know what I mean? That's all we're going for, is a truck that won't fall the fuck apart for a few 10 years to come. So there's my penetration for my welds. When I epoxy prime the box, I'll blow some epoxy primer all up on the back side of my repair panel. I'm pretty sure my family member's probably gonna undercoat this shit anyway. So, but there it is. There's a milric said go fuck yourself kind of structural patch on a 1978 Dodge. Oh yeah.